What is up, guys? Abixis here, coming at you with the patch notes update for Overwatch 2 mid-season 4. This is going to be a quick video. We're just going to run it down really quick, give you guys an update on what's happening. There are a few big changes here and some that might be minor, but we're going to talk about them really quick. Quickly, we're going to go through the basic change that I think is interesting, which is group up can now be used while dead. So that should be interesting because I know a lot of people are complaining about that. But let's get right into the major changes here. Push game mode update. Respawn time for players is increased by 2 seconds while active spawn or forward spawn is activated, which I think will be quite big because I think a lot of us have played push before and felt like that was a bit of a problem. Push has been a bit of a frustrating mode, so I think that'll be a good change. And let's get into the actual character ones. Go ahead.
On that last thing, though, like the last points, I feel like on push is always really hard because they can get back so quickly, but with this it'll be a little easier.
Yeah, that'd be a nice
last like 10 meters.
Indeed.
Definitely. All right, so let's get on to the hero updates. Junker Queen, quite a big change here. I'm going to run them down. We'll all give our opinions on it. Scattergun, max ammo increase from 6 to 8. Fine by me. I think it's a good change. Definitely, when I've played a lot of Junker Queen, that feels like a bit of a weak point, having to reload constantly when you're on the front line. Jagged Blade, projectile size increased by 0.5 meters. Shouldn't be too much. I didn't have any trouble hitting it before, but there's a little change. Rampage now deals 40 impact damage. That'll be a nice little boost to it. And wound damage decreased from 100 to 60. Gives it a little bit more of a feel of how it was probably supposed to feel on usage. Felt like a weird ult. They're definitely working towards getting that better. And Adrenaline passive healing multiplier increased from 1.25 to 2. Pretty big. What do you guys think of this Junker Queen buff? I think it's going to make her definitely
top 10.
It's going to be pretty good.
Maybe one of the best tanks right now.
I have a feeling she'll be pretty good.
When I play her.
I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty big change because if you look at the way she's performed up to this point, it has been a little bit underwhelming, but I've actually had quite a bit of success with her. So this is really huge for people who probably already play her and get value out of her. Should help her a little bit in higher elo. Orisa, pretty small change here, but damage increased by 1 on her main weapon. This is probably bigger than it looks because 1 damage on Tracer and Soldier was a pretty decent change. On somebody who's just constantly firing and spraying, that is probably going to ramp up over the course of a match. That will add up to hundreds of damage across the board.
Maybe I can finally play her again.
I was gonna say Orisa has felt weak overall, so that'll be a nice change.
She has been getting gutted the last few.
Yeah, they really seem like they don't know what they want to do with her.
Oh my God! Look who's up next.
Winston. So, dealing full damage with Winston's leap will now be quite a bit easier. 1.0 to 1.3 meters increase before the fall off begins, meaning you won't have to land directly on people. I don't really know if this was a major concern for Winston players. Maybe it was, but it should take a little bit of that skill ceiling down because Winston, believe it or not, has one of the highest skill ceilings. Make it the floor a little bit easier for people who are just starting to learn him, especially during ult.
Make the floor a little bit more deadly.
That too.
He's killing you.
Next up, I know
he's a big monkey guy.
Punch it though. Yeah, I'm a big monkey fan.
We definitely
we don't talk about that Phasmophobia update.
This is what I'm a little nervous for. Oh wait, Wrecking Ball nerf, definitely an interesting one. Wrecking Ball adaptive shield now lasts less time. I don't know if this will hit him as hard as people initially think it will. 2 seconds is a lot, but a lot of the time when you blow your adaptive shield, it's getting peeled off you more often than you're getting away with letting it run the whole time. But could be good.
He's never in the fight for that long.
Yeah.
This is so beautiful.
For that to last the full 9 seconds.
Echo. Thank God I am ready for some Echo changes. So, in my opinion, when they changed Echo's ult and nerfed it, people struggled at first because a lot of the time in Overwatch 1, you were taking the tanks ult every single time. Now it is kind of being utilized more to take utility ults, damage ults. It's more flexible now. However, it felt like for how hard the ult was to build, it wasn't getting a lot of value. Now, ultimate cost reduced 25%. Generalization decreased from 5.5 to 4.0 while duplicate is active. I feel like the generation decrease is pretty big, more than it might seem like, but she will still build alts quick in her dupe form, and now we'll get way more chances to do it, meaning it won't feel as bad if you aren't able to get a ton of value out of a swap. Echo's still been pretty strong, but I mean, I definitely think that
I'm not
change
sure
is
about
good.
his next buff. This guy really needed a buff.
Junk Queen or Junk Rat.
Whoa, man.
Concussion Mine. Max damage increased by 10. I'm not totally understanding this one. So
'Cause he's busted.
I don't know if he's
I'm not
busted,
sure about that.
He's like
but
the best DPS in the game.
this change is a bit weird.
Now,
I don't-
when you're hitting the Roadhog, he's gonna be like, "Please don't hurt me."
It will hurt just a little bit more. So not anything crazy, but there. Anna,
Yeah.
6 patches in a row or something being nerfed. Now healing decreased from 100 to 60 on Biotic Grenade.
That's quite a large number.
We are haters here.
Yeah,
We'd love to see
we're
this.
not Noetic fans here. Noetic is getting nerfed again
Such a big nerf.
after the
Still
sleep
the S tier though.
cooldown nerf, after the sleep, the duration nerf on tanks, anti
They
nerf.
clowned on you for putting her in B tier.
They really are just trying to make Anna not meta. And somehow she's staying in meta. Maybe this will finally be the thing they need to make her a non-must pick. We will see. Oh, Overwatch 1 Baptiste meta back on board. Oh, Immortality Field cooldown 25 to 23.
I did not know it was that long.
Now this doesn't feel like it'll be that much. Most of the time you're not going to get 2 immorts off in a fight regardless. But I think it's good because if you do end up blowing one, you'll be a little bit sooner on getting it back before the next fight. So when you're
down to a 5-second cooldown.
I would agree. But when your DPS gets out of position and you're forced to immort to save them, you'll be punished a little bit less for doing so. I don't think this will.
Baptiste guy.
Yeah, he
What
is.
do
He
you
is.
think, Brody?
I am. This
What do
is
you think?
pretty nice.
Is it a welcome change?
Pretty nice change. Yeah.
Are you gonna cry?
No.
I think Bap needed this change though. He's been a bit underwhelming compared to the top tier supports. Supports are obviously pretty damn strong. Coming up, the one who's not been
Speaking of top-tier
underperforming,
supports,
Kiriko. This is more just a quality of life change. It is a small buff, I guess, but if you've played a lot of Kiriko, you'll notice that a lot of the time their reload animation feels a bit strange. They're just fixing that basically. Basically, it will now reload after 65% of the animation versus 75. I know I had it a lot where I was
What does that
canceling.
mean?
Yeah, it's like canceling your reload by using an
No, but
ability.
what is the new hero option?
That's for every character. You'll see that
it's like
below.
a setting you could put on.
Yeah. Life Weaver, the last change of the patch. Life Grip. Reinhardt is no longer a valid target for Life Grip during Shatter. And using Shatter will cancel Life Grip. My guess is this was more of a problem. Now, a lot of people said it was going to be a problem. And then a lot of people said, no, it won't be a problem.
it is.
And it apparently is a problem.
When is
So-
Gragas getting added?
Ramatra.
There is going to be a new crossover with League where they're going to add Gragas and Malphite to Overwatch. All right, guys. Well, thank you.
Hunter from Left 4 Dead.
Thank you for joining for the patch notes breakdown. This is a quick in and out video. Just trying to run through them, and we'll make a tier list coming up for the new season once these go live, if they do go live before that. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Bro, what about the viewer thing?